It's the kind of controversy that catches everyone off guard, but suddenly it's the only thing everyone can speak about. Kirk Frost and Mendeces Harris, two of the most talked about individuals in love and hip-hop history, have just been booted off reality TV for good. Yes, you heard that right. After years of drama, betrayals, and spectacular headlines, their tenure on reality television has come to a sudden and dramatic end. So what precisely happened? What happened down behind the scenes that made producers take such a severe step? According to various insiders, it all started with a frenzied backstage confrontation that quickly turned physical. The scenario grew so fast that even security couldn't handle it. Cameras were rolling, voices were shouted, and before anyone knew what was happening, punches were being thrown. That moment changed everything. For years, Kirk and Mendeces have been fixtures of reality TV. Their personal lives, turbulent. Relationships and commercial activities made them icons in the genre. But after this backstage fight, producers said enough was enough. The network yanked the plug, leaving both men startled and the viewers in astonishment. But here's the twist. Was it really simply about one dramatic fight? Or was this blow-up just the final straw in a much deeper conflict that had been developing for weeks? Behind the scenes, the relationship between Kirk and Mendeces had grown increasingly strained. While they were never close friends, there was always a level of professional respect between them, until recently. It started with whispers. People began informing Kirk that Mendeces had been bad-mouthing him, calling him a washed-up has-been who was only staying on the show because of his wife, Rasheeda. At first, Kirk attempted to ignore it. Gossip was part of the game, and controversy always fueled the entertainment. But when additional people came out with similar charges, Kirk couldn't brush it off anymore. Allegedly, Mendeces had even told producers that Kirk was trying to stir up artificial conflict merely to be relevant. He apparently suggested Kirk was pulling down the show with rehashed stories and stale scandals. That hit a nerve for Kirk. As someone who had helped establish the franchise, those statements seemed like a slap in the face. Things came to a head during a secret tape session designed to enable cast members clear the air before the reunion. No audience, no pressure, just a room full of strong people with long-standing difficulties. That was the plan, at least. Kirk reportedly approached Mendeces, trying to settle the dispute man to man. But Mendeces wasn't backing down. He apparently added, "If you don't like what I'm saying, maybe fix your life first," with a condescending tone that immediately set Kirk off. That was all it required. Kirk put a finger in Mendeces' face and exclaimed, "You were a guest here. I built this show before you ever got here." Mendeces only laughed, a slow, sardonic laugh that pushed Kirk over the edge. Kirk shoved him. Mendeces lunged, fists started flying, chairs crashed, glass broke, cast members screamed. Security ran in to break it up, but by then it was too late. The chaos had already happened, and someone had captured it all on their phone. As soon as the footage hit social media, things changed. Clips from the fight circulated like wildfire. Fans were shocked. Comments rushed in. Everyone had an opinion. "This ain't reality TV anymore," one producer reportedly said. "This is dangerous." Within hours, the show's production crew was in crisis mode. Legal teams became involved. Executives convened emergency meetings. The brawl was more ferocious than anything they'd seen before, and with the video now public, the network felt it had no choice. By the next morning, both Kirk and Mendeces were officially sacked from Love and Hip Hop. No warnings, no second chances. Just gone. Kirk was crushed. According to insiders, he strode around his home, in shock, telling Rasheeda, "They've never done this before. I've been here from the beginning." But Rasheeda viewed it differently. "You put your hands on him, Kirk," she told him. "They didn't have a choice." Meanwhile, Mendeces got the same call while sitting at home with his wife, Yandy. He was stunned. "Nah, they need me," he answered, shaking his head in amazement. Yandy was outraged. "So that's it?" she snapped. "After everything we brought to this show? The couple have carried entire seasons of love and hip-hop with their dramatic narratives, legal battles, and familial dysfunction. To be tossed away like this, it felt intimate. But the issue got worse. Soon, rumors started flying that Kirk and Mendices weren't simply fired, they were being blacklisted from all reality TV. At first, it sounded like gossip. But later, many sources confirmed it. Networks were refusing to deal with them. "This went too far," one source stated. "We can't have another incident like this." Sponsorship arrangements were frozen. Spin-offs were canceled. Even brand partnerships started pulling away. Their entire reality TV careers were going apart quickly. Kirk attempted to keep his head high. "They think they can just erase me?" he reportedly told a buddy. "I built my name. I'll discover my own lane." Meanwhile, Mendices wasn't sitting still either. He contacted his legal team to see if there was any way to fight back, maybe even sue the network for wrongful termination. Rather than hide from the scandal, both men tried to seize control of the story. Kirk went down with a prominent blog to offer his side of the tale. "I was defending myself," he added. "I've been with Love and Hip Hop since, the start. For them to throw me out like that? It's wrong." He reminded supporters that he had put his full life on camera for almost a decade. From personal anguish to corporate moves, he had been an open book, and now his entire path was being erased by one instant. "I'm not done," Kirk remarked. "They shut the door, but I'll open others." Mendices went a different route. He went live on Instagram to speak directly to followers. "I've faced worse," he said emotionally. "From prison time to rebuilding my family, I've been through it all. This is just another challenge." Yandy, seated beside him, promised fans they weren't going anywhere. "You haven't seen the last of us," she added confidently. "We'll come back stronger." Even with all their efforts, the harm was done. Kirk and Mendices were now viewed as too risky to work with. Reality TV thrives on conflict, yes, but what happened between them exceeded the line. For Kirk, the blacklist felt like the end of the world. Without the show, his business exposure would take a severe impact. No cameras meant less attention, and that meant less money. "I'm not about to fade away," he told Rasheeda one night. "They can't blackball me like this." She tried to be calm. "We'll figure something out," she said. "You're too smart to let this be the end." But Kirk knew the odds were against him. Mendices was feeling the pressure too. His phone had gone quiet. The deals that had flowed in had disappeared. Social media engagement was declining fast. It seemed like the industry had cut him off totally. "We've got to do something fast," he informed Yandy. "This can't be how it ends." Yandy, always the strategist, already had ideas. "We'll create something of our own," she remarked. "The fans don't just love the show, they love us." Whether Kirk and Mendices can bounce back is still a big question. Their fall from reality TV glory was rapid and public, and now their futures hang in the balance. One thing is certain, this wasn't just a fight, it was a tipping point. And if they rise again or sink into obscurity, their names will always be attached to one of the biggest scandals Love and Hip Hop has ever seen. For now, all we can do is watch, wait, and see if Kirk and Mendices can convert this decline into a comeback. Because in the realm of reality TV, anything is possible. But second chances aren't guaranteed.